Good morning, boys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, dogs, mice, cats, pecunious bugs, to another episode of Thoughts from a Driver's Seat. I am your host, Abdul-Haqq. Today, I'd like to discuss the decisions of those in authority. And I say decisions of those in authority, not only to look at elected officials, not only to look at, just about everybody. If you've got any kind of authority, and that includes even the commonplace citizen, me, voters, taxpayers, we have the ability and the rights to be able to make things happen based upon the decisions that we make. The thoughts and the mind states that we share, the conversations that we have influence, all of us. And those in authority may have a little bit more influence than some others, but once you get enough folks who have a certain common thread or mind state or thinking, then you can go and really enact change. Two of the biggest things that are on my mind locally, one is the charter schools that the legislature, Mississippi State Legislature, just allowed, which is absolutely crazy to me. I don't see why you would want to go ahead and split the bill. Basically, you're going to go ahead and you've got a budget for education, and we're already under budget. MAEP, the Mississippi Adequate Education Program, has not been fully funded since Kirk Fordyce was in office, 1997. And you've got so many schools that are underfunded. You got teachers that aren't being paid what they need. You got folks still using, in certain cases, outdated curriculums. But we're going to go ahead and do charter schools. So not only do we not have money, but the money that we don't have, we're going to already split that with another school system, a charter school, a publicly funded private school, basically. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to split that, and the public school system as it is going to be that much more hurting. And that makes sense to people. I mean, that's ridiculous. You're an idiot. I can't stand you. Those folks who thought this was a great idea, I would personally like to slap the taste out your mouth. The other thing, of course, is in Jackson. I'm not a big fan of Walmart. Worked there for 2-3 years of my life. I've been there. It's craziness. But Sam's Club did bring in a proportionate amount of tax revenue to Hinds County. Now, you're going to go ahead and Hinds County and the city of Jackson, probably more than likely. Now, you're going to go ahead and take that, close it, and you're gonna move it to Madison in 2014, I think they said it was. That's ridiculous. Why would you do that? Jackson is a better tax bracket, better tax base. However, I understand from a business standpoint why they won't do it. I mean, I don't know. Working at Walmart, the word for it is shrink. You don't want if things are being stolen, I guess. If you got too many, shrink includes if people are making too many returns. And, anything that's going to pull from the company's profit and cost the company internally, that is basically shrink. Whether it's theft, whether it's, I don't know, if they've got lawsuits, whatever it is. I think from a business standpoint, if they're feeling that way, it sucks. I hate it. I really do. I really, really do. I think it's messed up. We're losing all the businesses in Jackson. I like to see, I do love Jackson's local businesses, locally owned businesses. I really don't care for Walmart that much, and I can understand the outcry of certain folks who hate this move. But from Walmart's standpoint, if they made a business decision, it's the same thing about what happened to Sears in South Jackson. I hate that, man. I want to see so much happen for the Metro Center. I hate that. Really, really hate that. I hate the way how people decide that it's a good idea to market in Jackson, or especially in South Jackson. I was up there, I was in the Metro and was doing some quick shopping with my son, and they got blank signs up saying, "Get your lease on." Who says that? Get your lease on? Really? Are you trying to be more urban? And say, "Oh yeah, we're going to go ahead and come, we be shopping. People be shopping, so come get your lease on." That's ridiculous. I just thought that was funny. I thought it was hilarious, actually. But one of the main things with both the Metro lost Sears. I hate that. It looks like Jackson is about to use Hinds County. I think we need to be, with regards to the business side of that, we need to be more salient. Elected officials have to find more ways to be more salient to keep businesses in. Now, I'm a business owner myself, yes, but I don't, own property or even rent property. But I think that as business owners are going to be able to find ways to be able to cut their, they're going to try to increase their profit margin and cut expenses as much as possible. And, just like when they made that all brick Walmart up there in Madison, I think that was just crazy. I really hate that for the Hinds County tax base. I mean, that was money that I'm sure that's going to be missed, and they got to find some other way to be able to replace that, because that is a huge facility, that Walmart. I mean, excuse me, not the Walmart, that Sam's Club that's about to be closed. But the other thing is, it's up to elected officials to find better ways of making things more salient. Like, Jackson is still the capital of Mississippi. Being the capital, there should be certain perks that are afforded to a corporation or a business for starting up, a market here. For starting up, for coming here and bringing your business here, there should be, I'm talking about boatloads of perks of staying in Hinds County, staying in Jackson. Because that says Jackson Evers Airport, but it's not, and it's the Jackson Municipal Airport Authority, but it's not in Jackson. It's not in Jackson. It's in Flowood. That's Rankin County. But yet and still, they've got Jackson's name on it. You look it up on Orbit.com, Orbitz or Expedia or wherever else, you type in Jackson Airports, that's coming up. So there should be a way, I think, elected officials, and I was having a conversation with a good friend of mine last night who's an elected official on Facebook. And I think that one of the things I want to share with him today is that I think that it's up to elected officials, because business owners are going to make business owner decisions. I mean, whether it's good or bad, outcry or not, support or not, business owners are going to make business owner decisions. If you've been there, if you've had a profit margin, you're going to make a business decision, about based on what makes best sense for your business. I think the biggest thing that we've got to be able to keep in mind is that we need to make it more and more, we need to make Jackson more and more delicious of a pie than going to Madison, than going to, Flowood or wherever else, wherever you want to go. If you want to do it, I mean, it's up to the elected officials in that city, in that county, in that state to make things more salient, more juicy. And even, I'm not the biggest Barber supporter ever, but he gave all kind of tax breaks to Nissan. That's why they went ahead and made a Nissan plant out there in Canton. It was really jacked up how they got a hold of that land through eminent domain back then. That's another conversation. It's up to those in authority, those with influence. I don't like the decisions that are made by some of them, but those in authority and those in influence need to be able to straighten things out and be able to make things more salient and say, hey, come do things in Jackson, come do business in Jackson, come do business in Hinds County. It's not, the fault of the business owner. Yeah, you can be mad about it. You can, not feel happy about it, which is why I think, Harvey Johnson is Mayor Harvey Johnson is like, it's a business decision. What are you going to say, They tried to fight for Sears, and they lost that battle. They tried to fight for, they're trying to fight for Sam's Club, and it's like, that's a moot point. We're not even about to, put in a lot of effort there. But I think that it's up to those in power, up to those with influence, to be able to say, hey, stay here in Jackson, this is why. And here are the boatloads of perks and tax breaks or whatever else you're going to get from staying with us. Now, I think with regard to these charter schools, those in power made a bad decision. Those in power are going to allow for our young folks to basically at least have a 50% reduction in resources. Because you're splitting it between two different school systems. It's stupid. It's dumb. I don't understand why they thought that was a good idea. instead of implementing something like the Common Core standards, which will say, again, as in the name, Common Core standards every student needs to know and be aware of in order to have a quality education. Even if you can't fully fund MAEP, continue to fund or go ahead and enact on a statewide basis something that will change the learning rubric or the learning system itself. Don't just say, well, you know what, it's not going to work. It's not going to work, and take the butcher approach. I can't do it, so I can't make this happen, so I'm just going to chop this off, and we're going to eat off this. Charter schools, instead of trying to figure out what's the best way to be able to fix the public school system. And I think Common Core standards is an inexpensive way to do that. My other phone is ringing. I'm almost at work. This has been another episode of Thoughts from a Driver's Seat. I will catch you later. Peace.